Так, hello everybody. And again, drawing some Spider-Man in perspective. Like how to, can also call it how to draw a character in extreme perspective. Here I have some more references to study. Just kind of, collect some interesting images, interesting examples, so can break them down to learn some tricks, learn some interesting compositions. Так. Okay. Let's see. So here we have this like upshot camera about like knee level. Yeah, maybe let's also talk about this. You see, camera kind of like little higher than knee level, and it's fisheye. So let me draw here. Oops, this one. Yeah. So if here is not fisheye, if we have like kind of just normal camera view, so or let's say move horizon line here, so we have these two characters kind of like this. So here is the knee, here is Spider-Man. Let's put vanishing point here, for example. Так. So here will be like a Spider-Man, and here this Doctor Strange. Right, so you see like camera level, horizon level, it's on the same line with this like little above the knee. So, and here this Doctor Strange. So, and this grid here without fisheye is just like this. Like 1 point perspective, right? So we have this Z vanishing point. Here it's a fisheye. Maybe even can make like curved horizon line. And yeah, it's like we probably is like horizon line. It's like outside here. It's not even outside of picture. So maybe let's show here what situation. So here we have Y vanishing point. And Z-axis, kind of, you see, like I always show. So it's like direction of the axis pointing towards Z vanishing point on horizon line. So, and as I say, horizon line, it's not entirely clear, but I assume it's kind of like here outside of picture. So, and this will be the Z vanishing point. So it will be Z-axis like this. Hello, Alex. Так. And so we have Y, we have Z, and X. So you know X, it's always will be like a line with horizon line in 1 point. Then here it will be kind of like curved opposite way, and somewhere between y vanishing point and z vanishing point, it will be like kind of like perpendicular to this y-axis. Like I shown it in so many tutorials already, so you can look again to recall it. That's why I say you practice this pattern of fisheye perspective grid, and then it's very easy to reconstruct it, to recall it, because it's always same pattern. It's just like this is how our brain works. Is like when we see different situations, you think it should be something different, when in reality it's just like again and again same pattern, just like little rotated here, little rotated there. So, and this thing, it should be kind of like in the middle, but not necessary. Actually, it can be like here, or so it's kind of very flexible. Actually, it's a benefit of drawing freehand. You have a lot of freedom actually to adjust, or kind of like, even if you make it wrong, it will be not perceived as mistake. You have this flexibility, which you don't have when you work digitally. When you use some kind of tools, they will be like too perfect. So here's perspective grid here. So now you see this logic. So here y vanishing point, then goes straight line without curvature. It's a y-axis going towards z vanishing point. So let's be like here's the vanishing point. Horizon line curved like this, and so from z vanishing point also will be like kind of align with the same line with the y-axis. So y-axis and z-axis here is merged. So, but then z, it's horizon line and in between, horizon line and in between. And again, now we have this curve, we have this straight, and you draw another in between for this z-axis. And then here in between. So here is our z-axis. Then x, it's a horizon line. Then we draw kind of like opposite to horizon line, inverted curvature. Then you find here is kind of like, should be like perpendicular to y. Yes, should be kind of. But again, like I say, I use this freedom of make it wrong. So it's actually is not, you see, is not 90-degree, just because I do it freehand, so I kind of make it little wrong, and no big deal, it still works. And maybe it's not always perfect too. So then I draw in between. It's all x go curvature, go like that, go like that, go like that, straight, and curve opposite way. Curve opposite way, go through y vanishing point, and curve out from y vanishing point. So here we have z and x, and now also make y. So y here already we have this x axis going through y, and now we have this x axis, y axis going to the vanishing point, and in between this, in between. Now I have this, we have straight, and again I draw in between, we have this, we have this in between. So it's kind of important just to remember this relationship. This is why I kind of like constantly remind myself like what is the relationship of these curvatures. So we have like here straight, curve, and in between, so you can draw it proper way, proper direction kind of, because this is like transition of curvature is not no Just don't mistake direction. Yeah. So that's it. So then we have Spiderman. Так. So here, kind of his head. Yeah, I will kind of like align him with the horizon line. So it's kind of this case. We have body align with perspective grid. So then can you see like how proportions distorted in perspective? And here also still in the previous tutorials, we can kind of try to calculate like change of proportion in perspective. And currently kind of I find it's just overkill trying to calculate distortion of proportion on extreme perspective. It's not worth it, because there's can be like certain way, but then it just became overly mathematical, and if you try to make it correct, you will lost like artistic quality. So only way, kind of what practical way for artists is just make it look convincing. So most important here, it's have general structure to have logic. So it's like follow perspective grid, follow some um, core principles. That's it. So you better just like look different references and practice to draw proportions look realistic or look like convincing. That's it. So here, yeah. Um, I don't know, maybe you can call this warm eye perspective, but I think warm eye more refer more when it's not warm eye because camera is not leaning on the ground. Because like I show already, is like camera here is like about like knee level. It's not on the ground. It's upshot. Upshot. Так. Here. Doctor Strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. So here's kind of like general sketch again for figures, and for environment here it's important. Like if I draw it from scratch, like my own composition, yeah, it's always you to create this kind of picture. You will make a shape like a negative space shape. Like here we have this gap uh, shape of rooftops. It's kind of like a very important element in this kind of use. So you see, this looks so cool. It looks like shape of a space station, some kind of sci-fi. Так. Yeah, so let's also show boxes here. So, um, Prismacolor. Так, let's try. So, again, it's just like as exercise, as practice, like practice to turn them into boxes. Because it's like training your clarity. So you better see form. It's interesting. Like I was in art university. One moment I had like I switched to sculpture department, and it's very interesting how different is when you work with clay, when you work with actual 3D medium. You know, you can't hide mistakes like you can when you draw. It's like in a painting, in a drawing, you can like hide mistakes in a shadow. So, or like just being like minimalistic and avoid drawing something you're not clear with. But when you make sculpture, like your lack of understanding, like when you're not sure about form, you don't really understand like where form goes, it's always evident. So, and it's very interesting also working with this like 3D form with the clay. It gives this like clear understanding of form, clear vision, which like kind of like discipline yourself to kind of like feel more yeah, like being like less tolerant to such mistakes. So you wish to be more precise. So you really want to understand how form goes. And anyway, like when we feel, in reality, actually, right? When you feel you hide your mistakes, actually, you never hide them. They always kind of like protrude. They always like, like we have this surface, and if something beneath this surface, we can see like kind of form under clothing. We always see it's something hiding there, something wrong. So eventually, anyway, it's another element of equality. It's like if you really uh, like having this like clarity, this is what you what you can do to improve quality of your work. It's not only about gaining some fluency and confident, because so many like about confident, be confident, have inspiration, whatever. Be informed is like one of biggest, I don't know, it's a kind of core. It's just understand what you're doing. It's actual core of action, real quality. Oh, cool. Hello, Matthew. Так, so here I see I make this kind of boxy figures. Then here, like in the composition stage, I define kind of main elements like proportions, shapes, shape of for environment, like core shape, right? At this stage now, I can show little more details for building. So let's say this go here. Let's go here. Так. Так. So here we have like electric pole. Some cable. So learn to work with this kind of like steps. I think it's called like iterative approach, right? So don't do everything at once. Do like portions, solve portions. So, and you need this kind of some experience, more practice to feel how you portion, how you subdivide these steps. So you're kind of looking for pipelines. These pipelines you can uh, learn from workshops, read in the books, or like YouTube channels like mine, right? So you see in which sequence I work, um, which problems, which part of work I solve on which step, and you try to recreate this pipeline, this sequence. So you try one pipeline. Try, it means you do not just one picture following this approach. Do kind of like dozen or couple hundreds. So you have really like good grasp of it, right? Then you try other sequence, then you make your own sequence and you try it out. This is how you learn this kind of planning, yeah, kind of process planning. Так, here interesting forms. Так. So here I like this moment, like when he show this tips of the fingers. So it's like this web goes like this. Here's mask deformed. So funny. This. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if like you try kind of try this kind of practice that I recommend. It's very interesting to read feedback. So I recommend to gather works of your favorite artist. So first step, right? Like first step, you can just gather uh, any image you like, any image inspire you. You just like I do it all the time. Like you see some pictures and like, wow, so cool. If it's like open in internet, you kind of download it, and then you go Google image search. You put this picture into Google image search, and Google can show you like who is like you can find who is creator of this image. So then you Google this artist and look for other his works, because they can be like no, you know, it can be like same style. Like if you like the style or you like this kind of composition, he can have like a lot of other works with a similar composition. You also download them, put in PureRef. Now you have like PureRef dedicated to this artist, and then you can do this kind of studies or breakdown. So you kind of you have all these stages when you observe, collect, then you can like in a PureRef you can analyze and like categorize. You can like see, okay, what kind of works this artist have, what kind of categories you can put them in. It's all this stuff is kind of like more structured observation. It's different from just looking around, you know, like kind of mindlessly observe, right? This just doing this already beneficial. But then if you will do this kind of studies, breakdowns, you will really learn a lot. It will help you to understand a lot of important techniques and also help you to find your own style because you can see what you want, what kind of like elements you want to recreate in your own work. So because eventually like everybody do this more or less organized way. So if you do this way, like how I recommend, it's just like make it faster. You can learn much faster this way. You just like go directly right path, like a study source of your inspiration, of your kind of like sample work, something like you been appreciating, because you already have a lot of such artists. Like this what make you wish to be artist, because like being artist, is not like you just born and you like I want to be artist. No, you seen other artists work and you like subconsciously say it's like I want to do this too, right? So like I want to be one of them. I want to join this club. Yeah. So go and study their work. See exactly what they're doing. Like who is them? Who these people, right? Like study them. Like learn their biography, listen what they say, what they teach, their like interview. Yeah, 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 great. Yeah, Alex, this think about where's my chat? Yeah, this very cool like practice when you combine different elements from different artists. It's like you see you like color in one artist work and you like composition in other artist work. Maybe like one artist have like very cool abstract composition, but other artists have a super dynamic perspective. So then you take dynamic perspective from this artist and you take abstract composition, this like patterns, quality of line art, and you combine together. So now you have like kind of your own style based on a combination, on a mix. So and there's some schools they recommend doing this exercise, even like not based on a looking for your style, just based on researching. You're just trying to research. You research by experimenting, like combine different elements of different artist styles, different approaches, just to understand how it works. So and then eventually it help you to be like more informed again, like I say. You can more consciously make these decisions when you choose particular technique, particular approach based on your experience, based on all these previous experiments. Так. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, so I remind again everybody, like if you member of this channel, you can join our Discord, you can show your work, you can see our works, we can chat, we can even like make audio or video calls if you're interested. If you're already a member of channel, just go for Discord. This guy here looks funny. There is a link in post for channel members. A link with for invitation for Discord. Kansas. Yeah, also kind of show your projects, what you're working on. And stuff like that. Так, so yeah, maybe here. So you see in the reference, like perspective grid is a little different. So I curved in my version, I make more like curved fisheye perspective. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it here.
Madness. This is Jane Bond art.
Okay, so you can make this. So put some gray to reveal this negative shape. So this also in composition stage, when you developing shapes, you can also figure out like where is the main shapes for values. So this like light, middle, darks, or light, shadow, and darks within light and darks within shadow. Kind of like Andrew Loomis approach I show in a video about dirty iron. So here we have this. Some shading. Hello, Theo. Theophas. Theophas. Graphic tables. I don't know. Like, I'm not kind of fan of digital art. So here I been just like very simple. It's like a kind of like professional level. It's Wacom, and for me, just buy Wacom. That's it. It's like I look like Iron Blaze. He used Cintiq, so I buy Cintiq. What kind of like in my approach, in my attitude is if you just want to try, like if you're like a student or you're not sure, you just want to try digital art, you want any kind of tablet, just buy any cheap tablet to try. But if you need some professional tools, then just buy like a best professional tools. Because like working with some cheap and low quality tools, it's always kind of like bring more problems, you know. I don't know in English like how you say in English this proverb, like you try to save money on important things and eventually you will lost more than you want to save. So with artist tools I think it's like this. I have so many works made on a cheap paper, and now after 10 years, it's absolutely trash. It's like paper became yellow. Let me show you. So same like you want to save money, you buy some kind of cheap um, tablets, and it will be like constantly broken, glitch, and sometimes reviews are fake. You know, people show you like, oh, it's perfect, it's so cheap, but quality is so good. They just don't tell all true. So like this, for example. Look, I did it in 2014. Yeah, 2014, Beijing. So you see this like yellow stains. It's crazy, right? Yeah, so yeah, maybe okay. But I think like for top quality, cheap, it's iPad Pro. iPad Pro or this kind of iPads which can use pencil. That's like Apple Pencil. But if you have money, then you buy Wacom. Like couple year ago, I bought Wacom Cintiq very expensive. I just like spend all my money from projects, and I think it's like little bit overkill. I better buy like a cheaper vacuum because eventually I'm not off use it so much. Так, okay, so here we have Y vanishing point about here, and you see how this line go here to Z vanishing point, and here it's horizon line, curved horizon line. Yeah, like again, like you see, I don't trust reviews on Chinese products. They all like get them for free, and they make this YouTube reviews telling like, "Oh, it's so great, it's so great." And then, like after a couple years, you find some review and guys like make honest review, like actual customer who say like, "I bought it and it's never work. It's always problem, and nobody will help me to fix." I had Cintiq, right? Okay, like right now I have the Cintiq Pro, like huge, super expensive. I bought in Taiwan, and after like 1 or 2 week, it gets a like crazy problem. It's like have like a glitch on the screen, like screen been actually broken. And what I did, I send it to Wacom. I just send it to Wacom, and they send me new Cintiq. Will any other company do this? I don't know. Like, but Wacom, like I have a guarantee, and they send me absolutely new Cintiq without any problems. This why it's important to um, kind of buy high quality and reliable company products. Yeah. So this kind of up to you. So here we have horizon line X. I think yeah, like Huion, all the stuff. You can buy like a cheap Wacom. They have this like forget how it's called. It's like not big size and it's pretty cheap. It's also screen and it's fine. Так. Or if right now, I bought this Cintiq, I think like I better buy Intuos. I better buy just like very big Intuos where I can draw without screen. So I will have like separately Intuos for drawing and a screen for watching. Because like when you draw an Intuos, like very fast, you just became intuitive with it. I think it's kind of I feel discomfort when I draw on a screen. It's like my eyes hurt, like watching all the time screen when you draw. It's like I'm too close to screen, and I've been like drawing like now I draw for my book about motorcycles. Sometimes I draw on Cintiq, and it's like very fast. I have this like strain, so that's why like I still prefer to work with traditional media, just feel more healthy. So, and now, like, if I understand this before, I better buy Intuos. So it's also have this like very good quality, like pressure sensitive, all this stuff. And you can work in VR. You buy Intuos, you buy VR goggles and you can draw in VR. Hello, Chris. Yeah, hello, also hello, Chiefster. Так, so here we have horizon line, Y, Z, and X. Yeah, so in here, this composition here, it's definitely figure is not synchronized with the perspective grid. So we use perspective grid for drawing these buildings, to draw street. Так, so road. Anyway, I'm not this artist who can give you any advice on about digital. Not really my thing. I'm just sometimes using it, but prefer not to. I prefer not to use digital at all. Because every time I have this urge to do something with digital, using Blender, using 3D and stuff, and eventually I just feel like I really don't like it. It just like feels so like a waste of time. And now like when we have all this AI, I think like everybody should switch to traditional again. Give AI do digital stuff, and for humans do real world stuff. Oh, cool. Thank you, Alex. Так. Yeah, if you like drawing manga or comic book traditionally, you will need also scanner. So you need to scan your stuff. Oh, and also like yeah, you need to scan. You need to little edit in a Photoshop or Clip Studio anyway. So you cannot totally avoid digital part. And like I draw digitally for a book again because it's just I don't know, it's like very technical, like drawing all this construction, and also drawing digitally. I can make some time lapses of like drawing process time lapses. Very convenient. Так. And I just don't like screens. I I really hope like when will be like good VR, so I can use like VR, put this like virtual screens around, make like VR work studio. Так, so here I have this building. Так, okay, so here's street and drawing figures first, just like shapes. So what is a shape for them? Shape for axis. So you have second figure, third figure, and this figure. This Spiderman, Spiderman. Dun, 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 dun. Так. So here's just like general placement, proportions, shapes, and again make them into boxes. Hello, Coco Amon. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, thank you for feedback. Yeah, I've been teaching a lot in real life, and at certain moment I just kind of get bored by teaching like same basic stuff whole time. You know, when you have like beginner students, children, and you always need to work on the same basic level again and again, like again and again, like same basic perspective, like very boring, simple tasks. So I decide I want to make YouTube where I can teach like very specific, very complex techniques. Like I don't care like how many views it will get. I wish it gets like million views, but I'm aware it's uh, it's not such kind of material which can be so attractive. Like when you know drawing some basic or fancy stuff. So I just want to have fun talking about really interesting stuff. So, and teach something what I think is really important, not what not what clients think they need, but what I think other artists need, you know. So it's my kind of temple of art education. Так. So kind of this. So have this box for hand. I don't know what this brand new day. We'll check it. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, and eventually, like, can also look at this channel also like some kind of mission to gather just this serious like people with serious mindset, you know, like so we can like learn from each other. We can look like say, oh, okay, these guys like they really have serious attitude, have like proper values, you know. So oh, kind of like, you know, like in this TED talks, they have motto kind of like values, I know, ideas worth spreading, right? They kind of like lost it at certain point, but yeah, maybe this kind of idea about like let's spread principles and values that important just for our culture and important for artists. There's new Spider-Man movie. I don't know. Not hear about this. I've been watching in the childhood this Spider-Man animation, like 1990s Spider-Man. I think it's still kind of best. I don't know. It's just like it's been like so. Kind of everything in the right place. Some kind of atmosphere. Very nice. I also like maybe this like first Spider-Man movies, like first, second, with Tobey Maguire, and then like recent Spider-Mans. Like I don't know, it's like I think I more watch them just because I already have this like affection towards this character. So I don't even know like objectively like is they're good or not. It's kind of okay. Yeah. So I can do. No, I teach like in the real life. If you're in Taiwan, I can we can meet. I can teach you. And online, I have mentorship. Mentorship is like 8 classes I think it's like 1 hour and a half. 8 classes, $1,000. And or you can join Discord channel and ask for feedback, right? Just show me your works and ask me what kind of like what do you want to improve. Ask for advice. I can like give like very detailed answers. I really like to talk about drawing, and I enjoy help others to improve. It's like making painting. It's to see how you help somebody improve, because you can see result. You make world better. Because this, I think, um, this in my kind of vision of art, this what artists do. They transform chaos into order. You like with the tools you have, with your kind of uh, it's like I don't have power like some king, or I don't know, like very big leader kind of with huge resources have, right? But I have power over this small environment around me. I have power over these like tools and objects. So, and in this scale of my world, I can make it better. I can make it more uh, uh like how to say, like refine it, just make it closer to some perfection, harmony, divine kind of uh, dimension, kind of this. And it's not only about objects and materials and tools, it's about everything, including people. So when you teach, like when I teach children, right, it's all influence. It's not just about talking about drawing. It's complex. It's everything. Like what you say, how you look, um, how you kind of like how you conversation with people. Like everything you do is this kind of like how you influence people around you, right? So, and when you can like help somebody to become like stronger, became like more capable, more educated, it's a great thing too. So, and this, of course, this is always also kind of like a mix with daily reality. Like I need money, so this is why I also like need somehow make money from it. So it's not money here is not main focus. I just need money. That's it. Like I need money to pay for house and stuff, like everybody else. But if you not like if you don't have money to pay for mentorship, like Discord is pretty much like a mentorship. Like it's very cheap. Like this, like you take you became channel member for I forget how much they're like $5 in a month, and in Discord just ask me everything and I will answer, no problem. It's almost like a mentorship. I will not go to you and like ask you to ask me something, you should do it. So if you don't ask me anything, that's it. It's like it's up to you. Так. Так, let's swap this space here. This. Some pedestrians on the street. Building here. Dun-dun-dun. So here, second Spiderman. Something like this. Um, uh, to join Discord, you need to be a channel member or in a Patreon. Like, if you're already channel member, there is a post in YouTube. I have a post with a link to Discord. Так. It's not big money, but again, like I say, I'm a like real human from material world. I need to pay bills, and it's this small price for Discord is more like a sign of respect. So you just show you respect my time. It's like I cannot live doing charity all time, you know. Так, so what's this? Так, here let's make some cloud. Yeah. With some gray. Here again you see like shape of a road. It's also composition element. And this how it's like we have here shape of a skyline. Here we have shape of a road. It's kind of similar. It even looks similar. It's like a cross again. It's very quick. Так, Kansas.
Who are you?
My name is Bond.
Jim Bond.
Let's do this one. Okay, anyway, let's do this. Так. So here is like tilted horizon. Так. So you see y-axis is kind of like this. Then horizon line is about here. So if we have y-axis here without convergence, so it's not like 3-point perspective, it's more like 2-point perspective here. Then horizon line will be like 90° to this y-axis. Так, what about here? So this horizon line. So horizon line here, and moving above horizon line is start to tilt like this. See, so it's like this x-axis start to tilt like towards vanishing point. So we can see about here this x-axis going there. So now we have angle here, horizon line here, and I drew in between. Why do you see this comment? Huh. Interesting, like I see Alex comment on the screen, but I don't see it in the chat. So here is like horizon line, and we have this x-axis kind of going towards vanishing point on a horizon line outside of picture. So somewhere here. We don't have it, so you don't need it. You just see for this angle, and you draw in between, and again you can keep subdividing like this, and it can make more y-axis. And same for z. So we look what is direction for z here, and z here is like a parallel without convergence. It's just same direction like this. Yeah, it's like parallel to horizon line. So it's not z, it will be x. So this, it's a z and x parallel to horizon line. Like this. Okay, so this I read. Can make again here. So it's picture, horizon line, z axis. I find like this angle, right? And now we have horizon line, z axis, and draw in between, like to establish transition. Then again subdivide and continue. So I can do it without establishing vanishing point. And y-axis like this. And x-axis is just parallel to horizon line. So this, you see, it's a sequence and also all this logic of perspective grid here. So then we have this. This kind of, I think first plan. Так. So, like a composition. Here we have just like very overall, like very general. Don't try be like anatomically specific. Just general proportions and general shape. Let's see. Also in the Patreon, I think like in the Patreon I have rewards for patrons, like my mug. You can go double check the Patreon, they print merch for patrons. So you can get a mug with my drawing. There's like postcards, mug, and maybe some poster. I don't know, I can check. Так, yeah, and let's turn him into boxes. So, and here Spider-Man, his boxes will be aligned with the z-axis, kind of snap to z-axis like torso. So here you see this z-axis and box of torso. It's synchronized with the axis. So this one kind of snap to the axis. Yeah, maybe here's this. Here's good. This one funny. So I can just make it like like this. And let's see, arms. This is just like exercise. It's really hard to see here how exactly how you cannot be here 100% accurate to reference, but you need to make it clear and logical in your drawing. So if they follow the axis, make them follow the axis. Make them like properly arrange with each other. Like this intuitive perspective stuff. So here we have this box. Will be like this. Так. So in his head, it's also see like what you see on the reference is this kind of like a shape. But you need to force yourself to be able to see it as a form from as a box if from particular angle very precisely. So and what is angle here is we see like his head is kind of like rotated like 45-degree here, and we see bottom. So if we kind of look at the cube, it will be this kind of angle for a cube. So we see like a bottom of a cube, and we see like front side and right side, right? Так. So and again, now we'll like align it with Z. So like boxes is kind of this. It's aligned with the Z, but I'm not aligning it with the Y and X. Так, NLX. And boxes for legs, they're not aligning with perspective grid at all. So you're just drawing two boxes like this. Так, box here. This. Так, let's make it a little lighter. What I like also in Spider-Man concept is like it's very centered in architecture actually. Because just imagine like it's a character. It's like Spider-Man story. It's so much based on appreciation of New York environment because like he's uh, he's kind of like in a constant kinetic contact with architecture. He's like touching it, like flying over it. And when you like reading or watching books, it's always kind of like you can feel it, new angle, a new way of communication with the environment. This I really like appreciate in a Spider-Man. It's kind of very interesting, very interesting quality. It's like giving new perspective to environment, like absolutely interesting and amazing stuff. Like just look like this Spider-Man comic books, movies. How many amazing compositions we have, like looking for like New York streets, like recreation of um like kind of like symbolic or typical views. So if, for example, imagine like you are artist like in your country, in your city somewhere, and you really you kind of like you love your city, you enjoy it, and you want to like write visual poem about your city and invent such kind of story with such character. It's amazing. It's a genius. It's a genius way how you can like present your city and you can like use it as a tool to show different perspectives, like some rooftop views, drone views, warm views, whatever, like play with it around like a crazy. No, I mean like you don't even need to shows like you don't need to be like preachy here. It works already. You don't need to kind of like make Peter Parker like photographer who will walk around and look at this view. Look how I love New York. It's amazing. No, story already work this way. That's why, like I say, it's a genius because it's just work like this without people being aware of it. It's already works. It's making this kind of art magic. Yeah, like if you like flying making photographs. And maybe it's already been somewhere like yeah, like because so many comic books and stories, maybe somebody already used this idea to kind of showing Peter Parker as an artist. It's like I watching old Superman movies, and it's so funny. I mean, like right now, like as adult watching it, it's like, come on, like what are you doing? You're Superman. It's like he's this like girlfriend relationship. It's like he in the second Superman movie he give up his superpowers for relationship with a girl. I say, man, what are you doing? Like, break up with this girl. Like, you want to sacrifice like humanity for one girl? Like, what woman is this? Like, if she okay with that, like, she's no good. There's something wrong with her. It's like, here's a dude, like, he, like, imagine, like, value of his time. Because, like, every second he not being active, somebody dies, somebody in the trouble. And here he's like chat with a girl, like walking around, and he's like, "Come on, man, what are you doing?" So it's just very interesting. I mean, like talking about how many um, perspectives can have in such stories. Because, like, if you just imagine like this, like perfect first responder, this is guy who's like can be fastest in a place of accident, who can get information like faster than anybody else. He can like hear something and whatever. So he, in probably he have like also like how to say like ultimate endless agility or like endurance. Probably he can be like absolutely tiresome, just like doing all this stuff non-stop, going from one place to another non-stop. So, and when you see he's like kind of change his dress, clothes, like he go into pretend to be journalist. Dude, what you're doing? What the hell? Why you need to pretend journalist? Don't waste your time, man. Like, are you kidding me? Can just like just took money from mafia. Just go and like rob cartels. You don't need a job. You're Superman. You don't need to go to office to see like information about world. You just kind of like just fly around planet and be like a satellite and just see like okay here something happened, go there. Так. So and if me like right now looking at this, I think like if you make Superman story like he being like reluctant in this way, like when he's like, okay, I wish to spend 1 hour, don't save on anyone. It should be explanation for this. He should to say this like, yeah, I do it deliberately. I just kind of overwhelmed. I know right now somebody dying, but I choose to kind of disconnect from this for a moment. It's just my hobby sometimes to forget about people and just pretend like I cannot do anything about this. So I can like live like a normal people life. It should be kind of seen in a movie like that where he is explaining like, yeah, I deliberately right now ignoring world problems or world troubles. Так. Because as we know, it's like so many stuff. It's not just like one or two. It's never ending. And like character like Superman, he will never he just can't have his own time if he really want to fix something. Or maybe like in a movie again, if he have time for a leisure, maybe he already fixed world, so is not right now world is like mostly safe. And again, then this will be like utopia. This will be not like usual world, how they usually make it in the movie, right? So this shows some kind of like a normal reality. Yeah, no, normal reality. He will not have any time. Так. So then it's like he's more like this omni-man who don't care basically about anything. And just like do whatever he want. Yeah, yeah. So he's saying it's like, yeah, I'm kind of he can't and like how they show him in the movie, like Superman, he cannot tolerate suffer of people. If he really like this, he just can't rest. He will never rest. He'll always like flying around the planet all the time. He'll like flying so fast and like being like everywhere, so nobody will able to see him. It will be just like так, okay. Let's make this one. So here is interesting again, like curved horizon line, but it's interesting. It's actually broken perspective. You see, so this building rooftop, it's out of perspective, obviously. And it's also a very good example of why you don't need to be too serious. Because most of people don't notice it. You can like feel it's like little surreal, something little odd with composition here. But it still works, you know? Even such extreme mistake here is like very major mistake, but it still works. Так, so maybe I can show it here. So we have curved horizon and this building on a rooftop here. Okay, so it's like y-axis. Go here. X-axis will go kind of this. Okay, so let's say vanishing point for z like this. So this like rooftop in the front should be something like this. You see? But they make it like So he's just kind of drawing this far view, kind of follows this curved horizon line, but building in the front follows its own perspective grid. So building on the front have like 3 vanishing point perspective, kind of like this. You see? Yeah. Так. Oh, I mean, yeah, of course, it's kind of very obvious, all this superhero stuff, just like lying on the surface. Because, first of all, why they're fighting with villains instead of just kind of destroy them? That's it. If their problem, just get rid of this problem, that's it. They're kind of pathetic. They're pathetic criminals. And yeah, and I think it was this kind of some discussion in comic books too. It's just too unrealistic, their perspective on all the subjects. That's why, it's an issue with mainstream comic books. They're just far from reality, like extremely far. Because it's like, again, like I say, with a sculpture, right? Like when you work with a flat medium, you can hide your form mistake errors with the form. But when you work with 3D medium, you can't hide it because this what you deal with. You can't hide your uh, kind of lack of understanding. So with such storytelling in the comic books, yeah, you can hide a lot of misunderstanding, like basically like story writer illiteracy. You can hide it inside this like imaginative reality. Так, let's make building higher here, like this. Like this, like recent movie, Fantastic Four. It's like, man, it's yeah, like it's all based so much in this. I mean, it's ridiculously how they stretch. How to say this word? Like every movie, every story, every book, it's always have important agreement between writer and reader. It's called, yeah, suspended disbelief. So it's always certain level of suspended disbelief. So we need to be like little forgiven for writer. who say, yeah, like I don't expect everything have like 100% logic and be like absolutely realistic. So it's always we need to little forgive writer and say, yeah, I pretend I don't see mistake or I don't see exaggeration, or I will play along with writer and will believe, let's say, yeah, okay, I pretend it's realistic. And this like Fantastic Four is like, want to vomit. Is they just stretch it so far. They just they only play on this suspended disbelief. You just need to forgive them for everything. Make freaking nonsense in every possible way. It's like you create like super cool, like super powerful guy with like villain, and after it's just like you just you just win him. That's it. Okay. Like same like with ending of Game of Thrones. Same. This how they finish end of Game of Thrones. Only with all this world building, how they like build story, it's only can end as like only way it should end is when this like evil win there basically. A world should be destroyed. That's it. It should be like apocalypse. It's the only way because this like forces of death is there. They're too powerful. No way you can beat them. Just impossible. They like destroy dragons like that. Every killed people wake up as a army of the dead. That's it. You just don't have army to fight with them. It's impossible. So they like stretch this suspension of disbelief. They say like, yeah. Let's just make absolute nonsense and you pretend like everything all right. Okay. And you need to like as viewer, you have a choice. You will like say like, okay, yeah. Okay, let's pretend like I forget everything you showed me before and I will just believe what you're showing me right now. Like kind of, like a fish memory kind of. Or you will say like, no, if I take into account all your previous storytelling, all this world building, I should be disappointed. So, and I mean, yeah, no big deal. It's still just kind of, you can say, it's just entertainment, no big deal. But as a writer, it's pretty lousy job. And it's just kind of, no, that's just unethical, I can say. Yeah. Так, okay, so here we have this boxes for Spiderman. So yeah, no, I mean, yeah, of course, all this like hero, every popular story, they all like very much stretched. They're majorly based on like exploit this suspended disbelief. But I just kind of like, I mean, just come on. Sometimes when they just take it too far, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's called like um, Deus Ex Machina kind of this stuff, right? You can just make Superman anytime you're a hero. So like, okay, right now he have like absolute power. That's it. Problem solved. It's like any moment in a story, like skies open and a god appears, say like, I want to tell you, you is my son. You have absolute power. As Так. Here's this. Anyway, it's kind of basically like pointless to criticize such stuff for realism. Kind of don't make sense actually. At least like for us as like for creator, if you like want to write your own story, I think it's like what is only important from what we should learn from this is that don't stretch it too far, because people can be like, they will notice it and they will be like frustrated. Like if you make some rules for your story, for your world, just make sure you are like, don't break them too much. And this is what kind of like, for me, what makes it a lot of interest in Game of Thrones. Like most of the time, they kind of make a feeling of it. It's like how realistic there is this. I mean, like to show that anyone can die, like not excuse like how cool you look or how much you important character. War is war. You can be killed like anybody else. And this was kind of like cool stuff. But if like continue this logic, what they establish, in the end, everyone should die in this story, in this world. And also because it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a Ragnarok archetype there, right? So like world should be destroyed and build a new one. but for some, yeah, they can kind of has like a fun service. They choose to make it fun service, make it like Marvel story. So like creative crew lost in a battle to marketing crew. So yeah, we can say, yeah, anyway, yeah, okay, what is realistic about Game of Thrones? That evil wins in the production department, marketing wins, and the creative crew lost. So that's why we see this kind of stupid ending of Game of Thrones. So anyway, as expected, like apocalypse happened, and this was like apocalypse of um, HBO. Let's do this like extreme pose. So here's like 3-point perspective. Vanishing point here. y-axis tilted like this, and we have convergence like this. X-axis parallel to horizon line. So very simple 3-point perspective with a little tilt. And then, so let's put shape of character. So have like this, like a whirl of Spiderman here. And then his leg here, and other leg here, like this. Так. So then let's turn him into boxes. So you see this like two-dimensional design, which is shape, gesture, and proportions. And then you need also be able to see him as a 3D form. Here is like only his head is connected to perspective grid. So some kind of this. So this X axis connected to this his head. So it's like following X axis. And then we have a box for torso. Box for arm. Так. So here again. So I think it's like unrealistic pose, so you cannot actually like twist it so much, but I will make like a close. Right, so one arm goes back like this. So here what I want to show, it's like you see we have this torso, right? Torso goes here. So this arm can move to front, or it can move like away. So and here when I say front, like front in front and away, like let's say this. What to use here? Like if we say this front of a bottle here, it's a cap, right? So it can move front to camera like this, or away from camera. So same like this arm here, right? Like it can move like toward camera or away from camera. And two-dimensionally, it's look very similar. It's look like it can look exactly the same. You can use same shape to show like his arm look to front, right? Like this. And same shape, like exactly same proportions can be used to show like his arm move away from camera, like this. So, and sometimes it's not clear, but for you, you should make sure you need to make clear decision. So here, when I look, you see, it's clearly for me by logic that is move away. He move it back like this, right? Not to front. Yeah, Todd McFarlane pose. So this should be clear, and I see, so often like artists, they don't do it clearly. So they can like avoid this aspect and just go to lines, like go to establishing form or establishing this final look without have clear idea of direction of the forms. So here maybe like a proportion, like little weird. So let's say let's go like this. So just like spend couple seconds to make it clear, and it's really improved quality of work a lot. Так. So it's kind of this. Here his box for a fit. Kind of this. This is very interesting, very fun exercise to play around with the boxes. Так. So now it's this. So, так, and some buildings again. So, one here. I forget already where's vanishing point here. Dun, 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 dun. Some sky. And here is like Daredevil. Так, down shot. So here is clearly down shot. Так. So here's our Z axis, Y vanishing point. So you can just draw straight lines to Y vanishing point. And Z, so Z goes like this and then converges. Actually it's parallel here. Oops. Okay, let's make it convergent. So X will be perpendicular to Y here, and yeah, let's make X just going like this, just parallel. So he's falling. Some kind of talking on a phone. Here box. Select that. So again, you see it's like this kind of things with the hands. Here is how we make this moment, like when we make it clear. So it's the head, it's box like this, and here would be like this. Okay. So build. So here, again, like shape of a road. And then draw buildings. Buildings. So now I just decide here completely draw different buildings and perspective grid. It's different here. Так. Should it be like this? Okay, maybe can use this. Так. This one. Okay, so kind of this for today. Thank you for watching, and yeah, wish like, subscribe, share, and join my Discord if you're member of a channel. Leave me a message, I will give you a link. See you later.
Madness. This is Dream Boy.